It's your girl Leah, back again with another video. Today's video, as you can see from the title, is just a Christmas decorate with me video. Now, 2020 has been a crazy year, but I feel, weirdly enough, very much so in the Christmas spirit. And so today's video, I am going to decorate my apartment. Now, 2019, I wasn't in the Christmas spirit a lot of the year for some odd reason. I wasn't really feeling it the holiday season last year, so I didn't decorate at all. So this year, I needed decorations. So I went out and bought things from Target, Amazon, At Home, Home Goods. I bought things from multiple retailers because I needed stuff for the decoration. And in today's video, I'm going to show you how I transform my apartment. If you want to see me decorate and transform my whole apartment into a holiday wonderland, or at least what I want to believe is a holiday wonderland, just keep watching. Now, I know you may be asking yourself, like, girl, I know you said you didn't decorate in 2019, but you had to have some decorations from 2018, 2017, 2016. Where them decorations at? Well, if you're a real OG and you've been following me since the stair house, you guys know I lived in a house with my roommate for 4 or 5 years, for quite some time, and she was in charge of all the decorating. She was the one with the living room furniture, the dining room furniture, and she put up the tree every single year, so I didn't even really worry about decorations. So again, I needed to start with a fresh slate, and again, I'm going to pack all this stuff up and then of course save it for future years. Now, I will link everything that I got down below if I can. If it's from like maybe a Home Goods, of course I cannot, but if you're watching this video, you probably already put up your decoration, so you might not have interest, but for the people who do, links down below. Now, I wanted to show a before of my living room. If you watch my apartment tour video, all this is familiar to you. The only things I added is in the corner, you'll see I got a new lamp. As you see, near my couch, I do have a new light TV dinner table that matches my coffee table. If you see over in the right corner, I got Winnie a little bed from Home Goods that she never really uses. It's more for cats, but it is aesthetically pleasing. And I also have a new kind of blanket ladder as well over in the right corner that you'll see that I got from Amazon. Now, this tree, I got it from Amazon and I really love it, but I'm going to tell you a funny story. I actually got it for free. As you'll see, as I'm taking the items out of the box, I only take out 3 items because that's all that's in the box. Everything you see me taking out, that's all that's in the box. And then I look in the box for anything else and there is nothing else there, so I take it off to the side. One thing you didn't see me pull out is a stand. This tree had a stand on the Amazon website. However, as you see me looking confused, I'm not seeing no stand. And this tree is so beautiful, $120 on Amazon, and it didn't have a stand, which it had on the site. I contacted the seller and I was like, hey, look, I love the tree. It doesn't have a stand. I would love a tree that stood up and wasn't laying on the floor. What are we going to do about this? So they were like 2 options, full refund, because we can't do a partial, because all I wanted was a partial refund. I just wanted to, hey, just give me money so I can go run out and buy a stand. They said we can't do that. We can send you a whole nother tree box, so the whole set, because we can't send you just one part. We have to send you the whole thing, or we can give you a full refund. I said, let me take that full refund. I'll go spend, the $15 to go buy another stand. I'm putting together a stand right now, as you can see, that I got from Target. Also didn't work. I also had to return this item because this stand is made for an actual tree, like a live tree. This stand is not made for artificial trees, so I had to go to Home Depot and get an artificial tree stand. We'll come back to the tree in a second. While I was dealing with the frustration of contacting the seller about this tree, I decided, hey, wait until their communication comes in. Let me just go ahead and put up the rest of my decorations. I put up the garland that I got from Target. This is light up garland. As you can see from the back of my pants, though, a lot of the items I got were flocked. Like you notice, my tree was a flocked tree, meaning it had that faux snow appeal to it, which is beautiful, but it gets everywhere. So as you see, I do have a lot of that faux snow everywhere, but we just gonna ride on with it. I'm gonna put up this garland. I loved this garland from Target. I wanted to go get another one, but they were sold out when I went to Target to go get this, and I plugged it into my little area right here, but I later plugged it into a smart plug so that I could tell, Alexa to turn on my Christmas lights when I needed them to come on. So I put up my garland around the TV, which is so beautiful. Next, I go in and add this garland I got from At Home to the back of my couch. And again, I'm so glad I got that new Dyson vacuum cleaner because I went in and cleaned this mess I made on the couch later on. And I also switched out my pillow that I have over in the right corner with a pillow that I also got from At Home. It's more, I guess, seasonal. It kind of has those kind of leaves or tree-like appeal to it. So it's still silver, but more holiday. Next, I just switch out my coffee table tray with this tray that I got from At Home that I just painted the sides of gray just because the aesthetic of my home is gray. It just made more sense than the kind of wooden panels that came with it naturally. Next, I got this garland that I believe I got at the Home Depot when I got my new tree stand. And this garland is super, super long. It was cheap though, but it's super, super long. So I just had to wrap it around twice on this big locks shelf that I have. And I just went in with some Target lights. Again, my Target garland that is on my TV stand came pre-lit, but these Target lights were only like $3.99. So it was an easy way to make a non-lit garland just be lit, and it was again affordable. Now, if you're an avid watcher of my content, you should already know your girl's cheap. And so instead of buying some pine cones, I just went outside and got nature's pine cones because, of course, we got a lot of pine trees in my neighborhood. So I decided to go outside, get some pine cones. Of course, I'm checking to make sure ain't nothing in them pine cones. But I do use these throughout my home, and it just looks cute. And the fact that they are like real outside, it brings a little bit of nature indoors with these pine cones. So I do put them throughout my apartment. Now, just a closer view of the situation, I do go in with this tree that I got from the Target dollar spot. I thought it was going to fit right beside my letter T, but it didn't. And then I tried to put it on the bottom shelf. It didn't look right. So I just put it in between my two plants, and it just looks so beautiful. Now, I did get that stick of pine cones from At Home, as well as this other decoration that I'm putting in this pampas grass vase from At Home. So I got those two from At Home. I think they were no more than $3 each. And that is something new in my home. I don't think I had this pampas grass vase in my apartment during the apartment tour, but I just got them from Etsy. So now that I'm a little less frustrated, my refund is on the way, and I have an appropriate tree stand from the Home Depot, I go in with my tree skirt that I got from Amazon, as well as, if you see the two cones on the right side of the tree, I got them from At Home. Now, just going in to fluff the tree out a little bit more, I do like this tree. It was very easy to put together, 3 pieces. I did already pre-fluff it out because I did go in with that Target stand that was a complete utter mess that had the tree leaning originally, and then I fluffed it out, and then I realized, hey, this is not the stand for this tree. So I'm sorry I don't have the footage of me fluffing it out, but again, it was very easy to put together. I would recommend this vendor if they had sent me the stand. Hey, if you don't get the stand, guess what? You're gonna get a free tree. So either way, it's a win-win situation, I say, with this tree. So I'm still gonna link it down below, but again, just be wary. You may or may not get a stand. Just be ready to fight for your refund. Also, what drew me to this tree was the fact that it was pre-lit. So all you got to do is connect the pieces together. There's A, B, and C. So connect A to B, B to C, and C to the wall. And you got a lit up tree. So that is also, besides the flocking, what drew me to this tree. So next, going in with my ornaments, got them from Amazon as well. Just going for a white, gray, and silver look, as is my apartment, as is my theme. Now, I know I'm going to get some questions about Winnie and the tree, just from fellow dog lovers. Did she, even pay attention to the tree? She doesn't really pay attention to the tree unless, like, I'm in the living room and I'm, like, right by the tree. She might pay attention to it, but other than that, she doesn't really mess with the tree, the ornaments, or anything like that, which is surprising since she is still so young. I also decided to add some ornaments to my garland, as well as some of those good old-fashioned homegrown pine cones. Now, this is an example of me not researching on Amazon the dimensions of things. I got this mesh, which it looks all right now, but I had to cut it. It's a 10-inch by 30 feet deco mesh ribbon. And again, looks pretty right now, but I did have to cut this to make it work. Again, pay attention to those dimensions when you order stuff online. I did put some blue up there, but it just didn't look right, so I'm taking the blue off. You ever see something in the store that looks cute, so you just buy it? That's what this thing is. Don't know what it is. Got it at home. I put it under my Calathea orbifolia, which has one dead leaf that I need to go ahead and get rid of. Same thing goes from this at-home reindeer. Loved it because it was sparkly, so I got it. So I decided to get my bedroom in on the mix as well, starting with my comforter. Just got this holiday-inspired comforter from your good old Amazon. Now these pillows are the ones that I always have on my bed. The two blue shams are from Amazon. The silver one is from At Home, and the Live, Laugh, Love one just came with my original comforter that I got when I first moved in. I tried to put this garland on the back of my headboard. It just looked too small. I decided it was a no-go, just didn't look right. So I went in with a different garland that I got from, I believe I got this garland from Amazon. And I don't know what my obsession with this flocked stuff is, especially putting it over my bed, but I went with it. Another reason I'm glad I got that Dyson to go ahead and get this mess up. And I don't know why I just climbed over my bed and put it up there, so I got some on my bed as well. But again, you know what? That Dyson go ahead and took care of it. I also add some of these dollar spot trees from Target on my nightstand. So I got these throw pillow covers from Amazon, and I just used some old throw pillows that I never use and just stuffed them in there. I could have been not lazy and just took the old throw pillow covers off and put it in the new throw pillow covers, but lazy me just threw the whole situation in there. So going back to my beauty room, I just go in with this lamb's ear garland and just put it around what used to be my plant stand, but a lot of plants on here unfortunately passed away, so RIP plants. Now it is just where I'm putting this garland. I'm putting some trees that I got from the Target dollar spot, and also this countdown to Christmas board that I made. We had a team building event last year at work where we went to this place called Nailed It, which is really a cool concept. You can make your own kind of, I guess, artistic creations. We all came out with something different. I just made this board. Literally, I made it. It again is a fun thing. I guess it's like the painting with a twist, but there was no wine there. It was just kind of like nails, and you just kind of make your own board. So I made that board last year. I think it was kind of around this time that we went as our team building event. Going back to my bedroom, I have this tree that I lied at the beginning. I bought this tree, I believe last year. I don't know from where, but this was my Christmas tree last year, and I didn't count it just because it's such a sad, it's a Charlie Brown Christmas type Christmas tree, but I used that in my bedroom and I put it beside my television. Again, just a small tree. I also used that garland that did not work above my bed. It worked in front of my TV just temporarily. I do go in and switch this garland out later just because it is blocking my volume control, so I couldn't turn down my TV. I could change the channel, I just couldn't turn down the TV with this thing blocking it. But I do decorate this tree as well. I just put some of them ornaments that I used on my actual tree, which kind of look extra big on this tree, and I also kind of go in with some of that ribbon as well. Next, I go in with some of this faux snow from At Home. I'm going to have such a fun time cleaning this up at the end of this month. Next, I go in with this Joy to the World sign that I got from At Home, which is the only reason I went to At Home was for this sign, but clearly I came out with so much more. It's supposed to have a little wreath at the top, and I actually knew that going into At Home, so when I saw like at least 3 of these boards not have the wreath, I was like, hey, this is supposed to look like this. what we gonna do about it? So they gave me 15% off of this sign. And so I add some more of that at-home snow next to my end table, or on my end table, as well as this tree from the dollar spot, again from Target. And I put some ornaments, some smaller ornaments that I got from at home here as well. Next, going in with my stockings. I got these little dog bone stockings from Amazon, but then I also got some little personalized stockings from Etsy with me and Winnie's name on them. Outside of the additional lights that I added to my headboard on top of this garland, I did change one thing about this room, and if you notice, it's the lamps on my nightstands. I love these lamps as opposed to my previous lamps, which took up too much space. So when I was buying the new lights that are on my headboard, I also bought these lamps. So Target be coming through with the deals, honey.